Chapter 19. Alex finished washing her hands and drying them in the hot air dryer mounted on the bathroom wall when JV stepped up beside me. "We need to stay here for a few minutes." She kept her voice low so no one outside could overhear. "Is something wrong?" Alex frowned. There hadn't been anyone nearby when I'd preceded JV and Rebecca into the bathroom to make sure it was empty, or at least that anyone inside wasn't a threat. The bathroom had been empty, but she knew what she had to do. Stay in the bathroom until they were done, then leave ahead of them and check for threats before they emerged. "Steve thinks they're here and he wants us to stay put until they're sure," she said. Rebecca came out of her stall, washed her hands, dried them and turned to them. "Is it them?" She put her hands on her hips and arched her back. Alex looked to JV for the answer. JV frowned for a moment. "It's them, but your father's with them." "That son of a bitch. I should have known he wouldn't honor the agreement." Rebecca took a deep breath and let it out slowly. "Who else is with him?" JV was quiet for a few seconds. "Your mom, 2 teenage girls and a young man, not as old as you are. Steve says he can see the resemblance and he's pretty sure they're your siblings." "Is that all?" "That's all. So it seems Dad counted himself as security to get past our stipulations. Do you want to go ahead and see them, or tell them it's off and go back to Matt's? They're leaving the decision to you." Rebecca was quiet for several seconds. She turned and walked the length of the bathroom before turning and coming back. Stopping in front of JV and Alex, she took a deep breath and let it out in a rush. "Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it." "All right." JV looked up as if listening to something distant. Alex knew that she was using the mental path between her and Steve to communicate, just as he had used the same method to send her ahead of them to the bathroom. "He says wait just a few seconds more, then head out. Bobby will be close by, and Matt will meet us in the middle." "All right." Rebecca took a deep breath, closed her eyes and let it out slowly, as if trying to calm herself. "Let's get this over with." JV reached out and put one hand on her shoulder, making Rebecca open her eyes and look at her friend. "You don't have to do this, you know. None of us will blame you if you want to call it off and go back to the condo. You might not blame me, but I will. Putting it off will only make it harder later. And I know my father. He won't back off, he'll just keep hounding until it happens." "All right then, we'll go when you're ready." He broke the rules. He can wait for you to be ready to deal with him. After a couple more deep breaths, Rebecca squared her shoulders. "Let's go. It's not getting any easier for the waiting." Alex stepped out of the bathroom in front of them, glanced around then strolled away, as if she wasn't part of the group. It was her assigned job not to look like she's part of them, but to keep an eye out for anyone who was watching them too closely or might be a threat.